Alright, so we've been living in our fifth wheel, which we sometimes call a trailer or RV, for a month now, and what have we learned? So one of the things that we've learned is that YouTube is useful for so many things. So just after our 30-day warranty on all of our moving parts, so like the fridge and the stove, any of the water heaters, the AC, things like that, we had a 30-day warranty on, so if any of those broke within 30 days, we could bring it back and they would fix it. However, just a few days after that 30-day warranty, as always happens, our water heater actually stopped working. And nothing huge happened, we just ended up noticing one day that we didn't have hot water. So Dustin went to check it out and we found that a couple of the different parts on it weren't working. So what he actually did was look at YouTube to find all the different little things that it could be, from just being unplugged, which some of them are actually plugged in just to an outlet, like a household outlet, but ours was not. It was actually just, actually wired in. And then he brought out his multi-tool and figured out which parts are actually not working anymore, so he ordered those, and thankfully it's only a $30 fix. But if we didn't have YouTube and the internet as we do these days, then we probably would have had to just bring it in and have it fixed for a lot more than the $30-40 that it's going to cost us. So the second thing that we learned was how much water we go through. Our house has a well as well as a cistern, because you can't drink the well water or cook with it. So generally we know pretty well how much water we go through, because the cistern has to be filled up by trucking water in. However, living here in the fifth wheel, we only have a certain amount of water that we can go through for everything from showers to drinking to cooking and things like that. So you get to learn pretty quickly how fast you can go through water if you're not too careful. So we've been looking at getting another tank or two. Our current tank, I believe, is 50 liters, and so we'll be looking for one that's 100, I believe he said, 100 or 150, and we'll just be able to put that in the truck to increase our water for when we're not actually hooked up. The third thing that we've learned is just how little stuff you actually need. So it took a little while for us to just live here pretty much exclusively. Before that, we were going back and forth to the house because we weren't 100% sure what we did need and what we didn't. So we did have a bin that we kept in here to put stuff in that didn't need to be in here, and then we would bring the bin into the house and empty it, and then take stuff that we might need from the house and put it in that bin and bring it out here. So that way we were able to kind of narrow down what we actually needed in here as well as what we didn't need. However, I am finding that we still have too much stuff in here, and stuff that we don't even use. Like if I go to do the laundry, I notice that the kids' drawers aren't necessarily empty, even though it's been a couple days or even almost a week, as well as there are some things that I haven't even worn living in here for the past 30 days. So we'll definitely be able to look through what we even brought in here and be able to pare it down even further. Fourth thing is how nice air conditioning is. In our house, it is 100 years old, over 100 years old, and doesn't have air conditioning. So when the weather gets up past 35 degrees Celsius, which Fahrenheit I couldn't tell you, I don't know. But so when the weather gets that warm and we don't actually have anywhere to go to cool off, it was not very fun, especially last year when I was 9 months pregnant and the weather was hot because it was summer. I did not like that at all. So this year we can actually be in here where we have air conditioning and don't just bake outside. Our only defense against the heat in the house was basically closing the blackout curtains, which did help, but nowhere near enough. Nowhere near as much as the heavenly air conditioner that's in here. And then number 5 would be how important counter space is. Counter space seems to be at a premium in here, where there literally is no counter space. You have the sink and then you have the stove. And if you want counter space, you have to put the little counter pieces over top of the sink. So you need to make sure that your dishes are always washed and dried and put away immediately after using them, or else you have literally no counter space. And like I said, it's really, really important to have counter space so that you can at least put something down. Like, even if you're cooking something, you need to be able to put down your spoon or, anything, like parts of whatever you're cooking, spices, things like that. You need to be able to put them down, and there's literally nowhere to put them down in here. I know that there are fifth wheels that do have a lot more space, but they cost more than twice as much as this one. So we decided before we splurge on the bigger versions that perhaps we should test out and make sure that it was actually something that we would be able to do as being in here for an extended period of time. Alright, I think that's all I've got for today. So you can like, subscribe, ask questions, and I'll bring another video soon.